myself to the stage, huh? I'm live, but I need to put myself on stage. How we doing? How we doing? Okay, good morning, Mr. Jamie. How we today? I muted you because you came in with your mic open.
That's not funny. That's really not funny.
I was like, well,
It's too soon. It's too soon.
too soon.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
well,
You got to give it a couple days so I can get over our last broadcast.
what happened to the last?
All the scratching noises that I didn't know was happening.
So funny.
What? I finally heard it. Like what?
I'm like, I'm hearing it, dude. You're like, no, I don't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, we can all hear it. We can all hear it. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, March the 17th, and today is an OPEX day. OPEX meaning that a bunch of stuff is going to expire today, basically, is what that, boils down to. The weekly, the daily, the monthly options are all going to expire today. And I believe we have bonds and other things that expire at the same time. Now, there's a list of things that expire. I guess you could call it double witching. Some people might be call it triple witching. Either way, a bunch of stuff expires today. So when this happens, you have sometimes a lot of consolidation through the day because you got people buying, people selling, people, closing their positions and reopening others. What I've seen is that generally on these times, the end of the day, and of course, not financial advice, and nothing is ever all the time because the market will do what the market will do. But what I do see is that the afternoon does seem to get very bullish. And it could start earlier than the afternoon. If people have already closed off their positions earlier, you could definitely see, it could start to see your movements happening before the afternoon. But I just want you to know that you should be mindful of the fact that that this is what it does. All right. That's that. I want to go and present so we can see what the pre-market is actually looking like right now. We've got this is SPX 500 that is coming to the screen, coming to the stage is SPX 500. SPX 500 does show us what's happening in the SPX when the market is closed. Usually you can't see SPX except for, when the market's open, but SPX 500, if you're on TradingView, I don't know what it is on Thinkorswim or on those brokers. I don't know. So SPX 500 is what it is on TradingView, and you can see what's actually going on. Of course, you can always look at the ES and then, do your gap points difference. You can always look at that too, but that means you got to keep in mind that there's a difference. If all you want to see is the candle movement, then the ES will work as well. If you want, numbers, specific numbers, then use S500. All right. Good morning to the people who are coming in. Let me see if I see Tamar, good morning. Asleen, good morning. Janae, good morning. TGIF. Yeah, I like Fridays on one standpoint because Fridays, they're Fridays. They show, they signify the end of the work week and all the good things that go along with that. What I don't like about Fridays is, for me, Fridays in the market is like bananas. It's like so much goes on. Of course, as a seller, it's expiration day for us, and I'm trying to close up positions, waiting for something to close, hoping it just don't run through my strikes, even though I've got a buyback order set. I mean, it's all the stuff that happens on Friday, and I really try to be out of the market by Friday afternoon. I'm trying to be like the pros, because the pros not sitting at their trading desk on Friday afternoon because they worked really hard all week. So by Friday afternoon, they off to early, trips to the weekend. I want to be a part of that crew. Our earnings that we had last night, we had Applied Materials was yesterday after closing. And a lot of other things we don't necessarily recognize. T2, Doximity, Copart, Despegar, DXC, Adico, Agro, Globant, Aquianus. I guess that's what that says. Aki Ocean, anyway, flowers. Try to, I butchered it enough. And then this morning we had RBC Bearings, Canaan, Bruker, and HTHT. Again, I don't recognize any of those except for the applied materials. That's the only one that I recognize. We've got like a minute before the market opens. Adam says yesterday, after 10 green days in a row and running to 53.29 resistance to the tick, SPX lost support, put in the first micro dip, a red day, which so far is being bought. That's the bell. Plan today, 52.94 is support. Reclaim 53.01. Here starts back to 53.09 to 11 and 53.22. If 52.94 fails, then we dip to 52.91 and 52.82. The gap between ES and SPX is 20 points at this point. So if you're looking at Adam's tweets during the day, you need to subtract 20 points from his numbers if you're looking at SPX. If you're trading XSP, you've got 532 calls and 528 on the put side. Of course, we're talking about credit spreads. So 532 being the sell leg on the call credit spread and 528 being the sell leg on the put credit spread side. Okay, let me switch back over to the chart, see what's going on with SPX at the open. SPX. Tanya's here. Good morning. Nori's here. And Karen, good morning, all of you. Let me see. Let me put on the 5-minute chart so we can see what's here. What's here? Okay, this is our morning call. We opened with a little bit of a gap up, but it's gap up and then with the little red. This is the 5-minute chart. I believe it's 5-minute chart. So we got 5 minutes going on there. Yep. Where was I going next? Oh, here we go. This is where I was going next. To look at the VIX. The VIX is at 1229. This morning, VIX being down a bit means the market is probably up a bit, and it is. Yahoo Finance says surging stocks may not need a catalyst, but they're getting one. Okay. Walmart, CFO, shoppers still in stores, but the wallets are stretched. Yeah, because we don't have a choice but to be in the stores. You got to buy groceries and all the things that you need. And Walmart, up until now, has proven to be the place to get one thing. And people's time is limited. So folks ain't trying to be everywhere, trying to buy everything. They're trying to go to a one-stop shop, which is why they're in Walmart. Okay. I did see some stuff about Red Lobster. Red Lobster says, well, the reason, I think I said this yesterday, the reason why they're closing is because they ran the shrimp promotional too long. They really want us to believe that it's all because of a shrimp promotional that their business is going bankrupt. Do they think that the consumer, the everyday consumer, is stupid? I mean, really, I'm not saying that the promotion maybe didn't go well, but I'm saying, you think we're going to believe your whole company went bankrupt behind a shrimp promotion that lasted for a couple of months? Are you serious though? I mean, now one thing that could be happening is you got a lot of competition. My husband did say though that Red Lobster is one of the few restaurants that really still buys fresh seafood, that they purchase fresh, that they don't do the previously frozen. And we do know, if anybody in here buys seafood regularly, fresh seafood is expensive. I mean, my husband was in Sam's the other day and looking at the lobster tails. They were $24 a lobster tail, and that was at Sam's. Are you serious? I mean, if you buying them like that at the grocery, at the grocery store, if you call that Sam's, $24, how much you gonna have to charge for that restaurant? Like, you just no. So that's probably if that's what's been going on, that they've been continuing to buy and fresh and sell fresh, then that definitely is an extra cost to go along with that. But Red Lobster, you're not going to convince us that you went belly up because of a shrimp promotional. Because your finance, if that's the case, you need to get rid of the finance people, because they should have told y'all much earlier that this promotion is not promoting and we in trouble. I mean, so everybody should have said something about that much earlier than after we're millions in the debt. Yeah, no. Microsoft is going to offer AMD's AI chips as alternative to NVIDIA. Ooh, come on, AMD, because we got AMD trades. Don't we have AMD trades going this morning? I think we got AMD trades on this morning. US futures trade water with Dow eyeing the 40,000 again. What are you doing? Oh, no, I did not mean for you to open up. US futures, okay, now Netflix NFL deal marks a natural evolution. Listen, Bridgerton showed up on Netflix yesterday. So, yeah, I started watching it, and then Mr. P came home, and when he came home, um, he's like, is this all that's on? Really? So before he even said anything, I was like, I went ahead and turned it off because see, I want to enjoy my Bridgerton in peace, and I don't want to be talking about is this all we watching or is this all there is? Because no, that's not gonna work for me. So I went ahead and turned it off. And what I did is gave him the remote so that I have to worry about pick what you want because I can watch my Bridgerton at any time. Oh my goodness, at any time. Okay, so pre-market, this probably needs to be market now. I'm sure it's going to refresh. GameStop shares fall 20% after it files to sell additional stock. Says first quarter sales dropped. Oh, see, this is the thing. Whoever came on with that whole meme that popped, GameStop probably went and got that dude to say, come on back over here, get us a good run up, so that way we can get us a good run up so that way we can do what we need to do, and then we'll get a good run off some stock prices, sell a bunch at one time, and then we can get out of this. We can get out of this with our hands, get out of this with our hands intact. Then we can run it up real quick. We'll sell ours, bring it all back down, and the regular old consumer who just jumps on meme stocks will be none the wiser. They'll be none the wiser. Yeah, no, that's not the way that's supposed to go. But y'all know how they do. Y'all know how they do us. Y'all know how they do.
Listen,
Go ahead.
there's no way in the world that a meme stock is gonna last a long time anyway. And what I
Right?
mean is, if you look at basically anytime you see anything called a meme stock, all you got to do is go to finance.yahoo.com, type in the ticker, go to where it says holders, and look and see who's holding, which institutions are holding that stock. When you look at AMC, man, they got heavy hitters holding that. Some of the institutions is in double digit millions holding that. So a meme stock ain't gonna they're gonna run it up, but they ain't gonna be able to hold it up for long periods of time because
Right.
the competition is too strong.
Right. Makes sense. Does make sense because you fighting against the institution, like you said. You're fighting against the institution who holding on, for dear life, and you're like, well, we jump in, going to play a little bit of, and people made some money now. Folks who jumped in and jumped out, if you were scalping it. But there's people who, like I mentioned yesterday, this guy's holding the bag. Based on this is what diamond hands look like. He's still holding on, bro. Let that go and and go about your way. Consider yourself blessed or blessed or not so wise. I won't call him stupid. Blessed and or not so wise, and going on now, going on.
Call
That's
them a
what you do with that. You call him a what?
diamond dummy. I got diamond hands. Like you a diamond dummy.
Like 45, no, bro. I mean, this is the kind of thing that you jump in with money you don't mind letting go, and you jump right back out. If you're gonna do that, if you're gonna do it at all, maybe you're people like me who was just sitting on the sidelines, like I'm just gonna see what this look like. I'm just gonna sit right over here and see how this play out. I don't have to be in. I'm fine right over here, doing my thing. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, so that's what's going on with GameStop. In our pre-market, the Dow was down, S&P futures was flat, and Nasdaq futures is green a little bit. Dow was little changed the day after benchmark touches 40,000 for the first time. Our calendar for today, we've had CD leading indexes in a yellow folder coming up at 10 o'clock. So we've got about 20 minutes before that. And we don't have any red folders today, but FOMC member Waller will speak at 10:15 and Daly will speak at 12:15. Now, they always put these on as light, like orange or yellows, but the market does move when the FOMC member people speak, especially Cash Kari. I mean, every time Cash Kari start talking, the market goes bananas. So just keep that in mind as you're trading. And even for us, if we do our breakout is based on, we look at the first 15-minute candle, but generally if you're trading SPX and XSP, we look to break out to enter that trade about 10:15 anyway. So 10:15, 10:30. You want to make sure that it's going in the direction you want it to be going. That first 15 minutes, I saw a video yesterday, I think it was, where a guy said one of the major changes he made to his trading was not to trade in the first 15 minutes. That there's so much happening, the prices are up, the volatility is up, and everything's going on that first 15 minutes, and you don't know what's going to happen. Just give it a minute for all the orders from overnight to come in and things to settle down, and then decide what you're going to do, or see what the market is going to do, and then decide. Now, if you're just, scalping it for a few pop, maybe so, but as sellers, we don't do that anyway. So we definitely can wait till things settle down a bit and then make a decision. As to what it is you want to do. What do we want to do? You want to wait and see. Okay. All right. See if anything showed up on the economic calendar that wasn't over there. Waller, Daily, and then we got oil rig count coming in at 1 o'clock. The 2-star oil rig count, and then you've got the setting of the positions, the speculative positions and futures. That's at 3:30. Okay, let's go back to SPX and see what we got. Let's go to a 15-minute chart now, because this candle not quite closing yet, but this is our first candle of the day is here. It opened up, went up a little bit, and it's falling back down. We'll see what happens. Again, give it the time to see what is to come. What stocks do we need to look at today? What do we want to look at? I personally wanted to see what's going on with AMD, because we have our trades from yesterday. Oh, look at the AMD candle first out the box. Yeah, what are you doing? This is AMD here. Remember, for those of us who are in AMD or any of these trades, not just AMD trade, if you're on a call credit spread, you need price to expire below your sell strike. If you're in a put credit spread, you need price to expire above your sell strike. All right. And if you get to the point where you're at 50, 60, or 70% profit, consider closing it up, right? We don't need to wait for the last dollar or the last $2. Really, get your profits off the table, free up your money for subsequent trades. And like I've said before, you can actually go and look at some things for next week. Go look on Friday for some things for next week, and look like you can use the Peakbot, use peakbot.com/watch lists. You can check that out, but do it in your sim. We are in Sim May. If you want to do it in your sim, so you can see, how does it feel to enter a trade on Friday, and then to, have that trade to run over the weekend. Theta's going to help you out. I've said this to my community before. If you enter on Friday, you got 2 days of theta decay that's going to automatically help you out, so that when Monday or Tuesday come, your trade has already should have drawn down some by the time Monday opens back up, because of the 2 days of theta help. We like theta decay, and theta decays each day. So let that help you out. 2 days later, your trade should have drawn up a little bit. Come Monday, Tuesday, you should be able to exit that. It's going to feel different. I'm telling you, it's going to feel different. Now, it's going to be, uncomfortable on one front, because you're going to have a trade that's open over the weekend. And many times we don't do that. So that may cause a little bit of a pause, but just know that, you've got a help of time decay if you do it that way. This is our list from the week. And we got several things on here that are, that people are trading. Tanya says my SPY 1 DTE did me wrong yesterday. Yeah. I have found that the SPY and triple Q, that triple Q seems to work better for that 1 DTE than SPY does. So I was doing them both. I was doing SPY and triple Q, and I've had more issues with SPY than I did with triple Q. And I'm still trading the 1 DTE, but I'm the last couple of days I've only done triple Q, right? Still in SOXL. Yeah. I see the SPY one is in, it's even with our VIX being 12, that just means basically the market is going up. And we really want the market to be, kind of in between those two. You want it to be between those two. Definitely try the 1 DTE on triple Q. I've had more success there. Overall, I've done it for now 12 or 14 days, I think it is, straight, and I generally don't do it, which I probably should. I was just saying about how Fridays are good. Generally, I wasn't doing it on Fridays, but Friday may be a good day to do it. Maybe like the better of the days to do it, because then you've got the theta decay to help you out. I'll keep that in mind, because I basically was not doing Friday because I didn't want all that happens over the weekend of that. But I'm gonna let that same stuff I was just saying, let the theta help to decay it over the weekend quite nicely. Let's do that. The promotion ain't promoting. Yeah, that's what happened. Tanya says she's in AMD, so am I. Ran the company to the ground over some shrimp. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yes, Noria. Good morning, Lisa. We forgot to do your thing last night. We didn't get on a call, so I can make sure I can get you situated with your Schwab thing. After I went to lay down, I was like, I don't think we ever looked at Lisa's computer. I'm still in SOXL. This is SOXL on the screen here. Are we in SOXL as call credit spreads or put credit spreads? I think I'm in a put credit spread on SOXL. Actually, I'm pretty sure I am. And yeah, I got 45.46 as a put credit spread. So it is drawing down some. It's worth $18 right now, and I got in for $16. So it's not quite profitable yet, but time decay is going to help me out. As long as it stays above 46, we're going to be in good shape. Here we go. Taiwan Semiconductors, I'm in that trade too. I got 152.5 on the put credit spread, and it's 153 is where it's hovering. So it's kind of causing some issues as well. I have far too many things to look at this morning, and I have to address myself to say, now, sis, we are doing too many things all on a Friday. This is not the way this needs to be going. Don't want to be on a Friday looking like this right here. And I got stuff I need to do because I'm going to Charlotte this weekend. I don't know if we talked about that. I'm going to Charlotte this weekend. If you are in the Charlotte area and want to see Arlissa and Mr. P, we're going to be coming through. We're going to go through South Carolina, obviously. So if you're on the route between Florida and Charlotte, North Carolina, let me know and we'll roll past. Maybe we'll stop and have a coffee at the highway and see. We'll say, hey girl, or hey guy, either way. But I really want one person I'm looking forward to. You all, I'm not sure y'all remember Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara Spencer used to hang out with us a lot in our community. And she lives in Charlotte. So I reached out to Miss Barbara, and she's not feeling well right now, but I'm hoping she feels better enough for us to come by and say, hey, Miss Barbara. What's interesting is I've never seen Miss Barbara's face. So Miss Barbara has been with us. Jamie, what's it been? 2-3 years Miss Barbara has been hanging out with us. Great morning, she would say. And I've never seen her face. So I'm looking, I would love to meet her in person and see her. So I'm hoping I get a chance to do that. But it is Sim May. We are in the month of May and we're practicing things in our sim, right? There is no shame in going into the paper trading. There absolutely is no shame because I'm bad about doing a strategy or something live. I'm horrible about that because I'll be like, oh, let me just see if it's, because if I do it in the sim and it work out, I'm like, I should have just did it with my live money. But then when I'm in my live money and it don't work out, I'm like, I should have did this in my sim. So Sim made. I instituted it for myself and for the community. If it's a strategy that you know very well, then of course continue to trade that live. If you know what you're doing and you've been doing it for a while, successfully continue to trade it live. But if it's something you want to try differently, like I had one person on our group who says she's always done small verticals, but she wants to do bigger stocks like AMD and Amazon, and she wants to do some bigger things, or she wants to do cash secure puts. She started doing those in the sim so she could practice and see what that feels like to have bigger money on the line. All right. And I think that's real. Not that she didn't understand credit spreads, but to do credit spreads on a larger equity and put more money of collateral up. What does that feel like? And it does feel different. To go from a one spread to a 2.5 feels different because you're like, 10% of $100, let's say you get in for 15 and that doesn't go well, the $100 is all you've lost. And you can spend $100 at Chili's. I mean, me and my family went to Chili's and we was three of us and we $100 worth of food. How in the world? We didn't eat that much. Anyway, side note. But if you do 250 and you get 10% of that, which is $25, then you're putting 225 on the line for if it goes all the way through. So that's a different feeling. Okay. It's a different feeling. But of course, you want to take in, I like to take in at least $50. If I'm putting up 250, I want to take in at least 20% of my collateral if I'm doing that. That's just me. Then I ain't telling nobody what to do with their money because you are the CEO of your own portfolio. But I'm saying if I'm going to put up that money, I want to feel like I'm getting some good returns. And then I want to be able to close it for more money too. I want to be able to feel comfortable closing it at the 50, 60, 70% profit and be comfortable with that. All right. Start with the chart webinar. I'm going to swing back here to SPX in a second. Start with the chart webinar is a free webinar for stock charting. Go on over there and avail yourselves to the Start with the Chart free webinar on how to do charting technical analysis, indicators, candlesticks, candlestick patterns, trending. All those things are involved, are in that. It's like a 40-minute webinar. Go ahead. All I'm going to ask you for is your email address. You're going to get to watch it for free. E2T membership is always open. Always. We just finished out. Oh, I meant to pull in the graphic. I need to pull the graphic up. We just finished yesterday the options 411. We did the options 411 6 weeks. Actually, it was 8 weeks of live coaching. Is it downloads? Yeah. 8 weeks of live coaching. And we graduated a whole bunch of folks. We graduated a whole bunch of folks yesterday. We had a graduation, played the music. Everybody got them a certificate and everything. We did all of this. Let me go to the other screen so that way y'all can see what we had going. Come on, make it bigger, bigger. I think this is it. We had a bunch of people who graduated. They got some graduation certificates, and I'm guessing there we go. There we go. So that's not clear. All these people graduated yesterday from our 6 weeks of live coaching. Again, it was really 8 sessions, and we got certificates. We had music. That's not the music, but we did that yesterday. And so we launched all these 16 people into the world of options trading as sellers. Now, people are at various levels. Some people came in, they already knew how to do options. Some people came in and didn't know anything about options. So we work all that together and through. What we do as a result of this, though, or coming out of this program, though, is I offer a weekly coaching so that they can continue to be coached. Because after you go through something 6 weeks, anybody who's been trading for any length of time knows that doing 6 weeks of training will be a good foundation, but it's not going to be the be all to end all. There's going to be more to it after that. So what I offer is the weekly coaching that goes along with this 6 weeks. So after you come out of this, you still want to be coached with the specifics. How do you push your buttons and just somebody to walk along beside you? Well, that all falls back underneath the membership. All of this falls inside this membership. So that way my group as a total is still moving forward and still learning all of the things you need to be a good option seller. Janae said, so it takes theta decay 2 days into the position. Yes, that's it. So theta is a daily thing. Theta, it happens every day. So when you're looking at theta on your option chain, that is a daily thing, right? So if you got 2 days between the time you enter and the time that you look at it next, theta's still decaying. Theta is still decaying over the weekend. It's not going as fast as it does when it gets up to expiration time, because theta does seem to speed up the afternoon, but it's what's not doing that. But it is still decaying over the weekend, right? So that's an important piece of information. So that's why Fridays can be good stuff. Fridays can be good stuff. Okay, so here we are together. This is SPX. Let's see what's put on our 15-minute candle. This is the 15-minute. It's not breaking or has broken out at this point. It is still kind of hanging inside that 15 minutes. This big red one here is the 15-minute candle of the day. It's the 15-minute candle of the day. Time frame continuity shows hourly and daily going down, and that's because we're in the first hour and we're in the beginning of the day. That's what this is. But all of the rest of the continuity shows SPX as green. So the weekly, the monthly, the quarterly, all are showing green because it has been green. But the hourly and the daily are being formed right now because we're basically in the first hour and we're in this particular day. Okay, that's what's going on with that. All righty. What questions do we have? What questions do we have? Stock we want to look at. I need to hear some more blings this morning. Do we have any stocks that we're looking at? Look at you doing what you're supposed to do. Jamie, you got anything you want to add while I'm waiting for some comments to get put in the chat? Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Disney and T Triple Q. You want to look at it for next week? Yeah, anytime. I mean, Janae says, I rolled my position out to next week and now it decides to fall. Listen, I want you to, and just as you're getting more comfortable with this, when you got something that's expiring on a Friday, then try as best as you can to let it get to the afternoon. Because once you get to the afternoon, theta is going to help you out. Theta will help, that the theta decay kicks in a little faster and it's going to help you out. You can make a decision then as to whether to roll it, but you want to give the day a chance to kind of do its thing. Now, I already know I've done all the things. I've done it right away and it worked out. I've done it right away and it didn't work out. I rolled it. I've closed it early and then saw it was going to be fine. Yes, that's why I'm saying try if you can, if your sensibilities will let you, try to hold on until the afternoon to decide what you're going to do next, whether that's to roll it, to close it, to whatever. All righty. Of course, use your candle chat, your candle pattern watching to help you to see what the price is probably going to do. OPEX is basically options expirations. You got Roku expiring today, and I see Disney and T Triple Q. Tanya, did you say you're looking at those for next week? Lisa, tell me what you have for Roku as far as strikes. Do you have the ones from our graphic? Why did this show up so teensy weensy? And teensy weensy is not a word, but Roku. What do you have for strikes, Lisa? Tanya, you're looking at Disney for next week, okay? Lisa, I'll wait for you to tell me what strikes you got. And then I'm going to go look at Disney while I wait for that to come in. Disney, looking at next week. Well, Disney has a nice little gap that's up here waiting to be filled. Nope, I didn't want that. I needed a box. Sounds like my buddy Dustin is on the move. Dustin is the floor cleaner dude. Got a gap up here starting at about 107 and some change, 107.30. There's a big gap here. Disney, though, I think if I was looking at some lines, I will go with here. Now, Disney has been what's called inside. It's inside because these one candles means that it's been inside of this 3 for a couple of, now we're on the second inside day, if you want to call it that. And inside day means it's almost like a doji. It could literally go either way because this big candle here is bigger and these are inside of that one. So it can go up through this or out through that. So you kind of don't know which it's going to do. But if I was looking from a trending standpoint, we've got a downwards trend and we got a gap up here on top of us. So if I was looking at it, I got you at the 105.60 resistance, and I got you at the 107.21. Let me see what's back here for support. Looks like there is support even here. Why did I put that line way down there? Because this one really can go up here. The bottom is still here too. I'm not saying that it can't go as low as 101, but 102.78 is the place that it closed and started to turn back. So if we're looking, I kind of see both ways. Now you got 3 or 4 days. The time frame continuity shows that it's all downwards. So I probably would go with a call credit spread before I went with a put credit spread. And because Disney looks to be a little more downwards pressure. And I know I'm not showing you this on the screen, but if I was looking out for next week, I would be looking at 106 is 72%. 106 is 72%. So I probably would do 106 or 107 as a call credit spread. Possible, I'll put it up here on the screen. CCS at 106 or 107. Not investment advice, but that's my thoughts. You've got downwards. It's been downwards pressure for a while. And 106 is beyond this big resistance here. It's going to put you right up into this area here. If you did 107, it's going to put you even above this one, right at this red candle. So 107 would do that. Now let me see what the money would look like right now. If you did 106 is going to pay $18 and 107 is 107 is paying $11. So I probably would go with the 106 because that's far enough away. And again, you've got the 2 days to help you out. That would be me. I would probably do, again, that's our Alyssa, not investment advice, but think about whether you'd like to do that or not, right? Or how you'd like to do that. But like I said, you find a stock that you like and you make it pay. You use it for an employee. You're an employee. You give it, give it what we want. Give us what we want. So don't even try to hold back on us. Give us what we need. Okay. This is Wow, I put all this stuff on here, huh? Got all kind of stuff on here. What was you doing, girl? This was me not typing, just writing in here. Ooh, come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Only because that'll bother me, even though it's nowhere near what we're doing right now. It's still going to bother me. Okay, so we're way over here. Focus, our lesson. Focus. Here we go. There's another gap here below. This is T triple Q. T triple Q, the small baby for triple Q, has just been on an upwards ride along with triple Q. So I've been doing put credit spreads on it for a while, but I do see that a call credit spread maybe this is just a pullback from there a little bit, but this was resistance back in March. On March 21st, that was resistance, and it seemed to react or respond to that resistance there as well. The week, the month, the quarter, and the year are all green though. So definitely keep that in mind as you're trading. I'm going to move this line up to the bottom and the top of this gap, because those are going to be now over here at 62.46 is support now, because based on these touches from back here also in March. So we're really kind of between two zones on T triple Q as well. Overall, we're going upwards, right? Overall, but we do see that there is some resistance here that we can be mindful about. So, I mean, it's kind of going to be 6 in one, half dozen in the other. If you go to the top of this gap, is also going to be some support. So, again, you're kind of between a support and a resistance. So it's going to come down to what you're comfortable with. If you want to do an iron condor, you can get below this 60. That's going to provide you a couple of supports. And if you wanted to go with the top side to, enjoy the call credit spread, I'm trying to see if there's anything back there besides this point that is going to provide some resistance for us. And the weekly resistance is up here. It's up here at 68. Of course, we'd be stronger than daily. 68 is going to seem pretty far away, though, because current price is 63. But 68, I mean, you've got some resistance even here. And that's above current price. In the 63 area, again, right where we are, is we're right at resistance. You can tell by these candles here that it's not, the wicks are going up there, but it's not going up there just yet. So that can provide you some comfort as well. But it does have green time frame continuity. So you do want to keep that in mind. If we're looking at the weekly gap, there's one of those below the current candle that we're in. Right. So I probably would go to the top of these wicks for 64, something like that. Let me see if I go back. T triple Q may offer an iron condor opportunity. Again, may offer some help. We're right here at the resistance, basically, that came from the weekly. We're right at it. So let me see what we got here. I'm looking on, let me see if I can change the screen. Closed AMD for $26, more than 70% profit. Whoop, whoop. I see you, girlfriend. That's right. Nice, Michelle. Nice, nice, nice. Let me present the other screen. Maybe I should start doing this at the beginning where I wanted you to present another screen. Hello. Okay, T triple Q, if we're talking about next Friday and we're put it onto the single. Put it on the single. And I think I mentioned something above 63. Yeah, and below 60. So probability out of the money shows 60 and 60.5, actually, which is several supports away from where we currently are. So you could use 60 or 15. I'll probably go with 60 on the bottom. And if you're looking towards the top, you've got 65.5, which again puts us up above there. So let's change it to vertical, 60 and 65. If you did 60, 59.5 is paying $11. That's a 22% return on your money for a 50-cent spread. Yeah. And then if you went up to 65, that's paying another $15. So you could take in $26 for $50 of collateral. That's a 50% return on your monties. Ay, ay, ay. I'm liking that. I need to put that down. Need to write that down. Okay. Okay. When you see something that you say, okay, then you like, okay. No, okay. Yes. Then this is when you say, shana na na. You say, I see something good. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Lisa said she's got 62, 63 on Roku. Let's go see what that's all about. Go back to that screen so we can make sure to share that. Okay. Roku. This is the daily chart. You've said you've got 62, 63. Yep, it is breached at this point. It is breached, and it probably wants to get into this gap a bit. You got a put credit spread. I'm hoping you got a call credit spread, but I don't know. Which one do you have? Call credit spread or a put credit spread? 62, 63. Did it come off the list? Let me see if I go back into our graphic. You probably took it right off the list. Oh, come on, darling. Here we go. Oh, call credit spread. Oh, yes. Whew. If you got a call credit spread, you're probably okay. 62, 63, current price is 61. So, Lisa, if it's ready to, if you can close it for a profit, especially, I don't know what kind of schedule you got on the line for clients today, but if you can close it, you should. So it's the current price is at 61.15. So you're probably okay, but go ahead and like select both of those legs and select, I think it's buy or close. I think when you select, okay, you're in Robinhood. When you pick the trade, it's going to automatically populate for you to close it. It's going to automatically bring up the close screen for you. And remember what you took in. So for example, if you took in $10, you're going to want to put into the limit box something like 0.02 or 0.03 or see what it actually is and put in what you want. Okay, so as time decays, it will bring that down. Yeah, that's what you should do. Okay, so go into Robinhood, click on the Roku trade, and then when it pops up, it will pop up the sale screen for you. And then into that limit box, you see what it automatically populates in there. You can change it to something you want, but you're also going to want to know what did you originally receive? What did you originally receive when you entered the trade? What did you originally get? You're getting out now. Okay, there we go. There we go. Michelle said she closed her AMD. I need to go look at mine. Anything else we got on here? I need to wrap because I have got to go pack and I have not. And then I got to figure out how to do y'all know if Enterprise usually brings the rental car to you? Because I need them to bring it to me because my husband's not here and how I'm supposed to get there. Anybody trying to Uber to a rental car place? Anybody trying to Uber, period? Because I live out here in the boondocks. So if you took in $35 and anything below that's going to be profitable. If it's saying 35 right now, you might want to give it some time and let it come down some. Yeah, so I live out here in the boondocks a little bit, and I don't necessarily want to Uber into town just to get a car, but I might not have a choice. I might just have to consider it a cost of the trip. This is one of the trip costs, because if my husband comes all the way out here to pick me up, that means he can't do something else, and then causes all kind of other extra issues. And I don't want to be waiting for whenever he gets the time to come out here. I'm trying to schedule my own day. So she said, no, they don't come to you. Really? Who is the one that comes to you? I should have rented with them. Somebody who come to me. Okay,
Enterprise
so
comes to you, but you have to call them and request that they come pick you up.
I'm gonna
They don't
call them.
automatically do it. Place the
I know
order.
they don't automatically, but I figured I was gonna call them and say, "Can you?" If I call early enough in the day, it shouldn't be too crowded up in there, and they should
I will
be able to
call them.
send some people
They
out here.
yeah,
I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call them one
yeah, I
day. Be
will.
like, "Yeah, can y'all come on out here and pick us up because, um, yeah, I need y'all to come get me. I'm renting a car from you. I could have picked somebody else." All righty. Let's start our wind up. If you're hanging out with us, please be sure to like and subscribe, click on the bell, do the thumbs up, all the stuff that has to go with there. I want to make sure that we do credit spreads and debit spreads. We do seem to have people who want to do some buying strategies, but don't necessarily want to put all the money up for options contracts. So debit spreads is a very good way to be able to partake in the call strategies or the buy strategies without putting a whole bunch of money on the line. I do have a course for that. A training course is the debit spreads. You can get the debit spreads all by itself if you want. You don't have to get this bundle. But if you get the credit spreads and the debit spreads bundle, you can get the training for all the spreads. And I'm telling you, if you can do credit spreads and debit spreads, you don't need no other strategies. Those two strategies together will be all you ever need as far as strategies for trading on the seller side or the buyer side. Now, of course, it's a different mindset for buying versus selling. So you're going to need to have that, which is all talked about in there too, that there's a difference between those two, but at least you'll understand the strategy on how do you do debit spreads and how do you do credit spreads. How do you set them up, really? Because that's an important piece. You set a credit spread up backwards, you got a debit spread, which is a whole different trade. So you want to definitely know the differences between those two. Janae says, one more thing. It seems like I need to wait till Monday to get out of the trade for theta. Yeah, if you're entering on a Friday, you definitely need to wait till Monday to get out. Yeah, if you're entering on Friday for next Friday, you're going to want to wait till Monday or Tuesday. You don't want to get in and out the same day. If you want theta to help you, you need to let the time has to pass, right? And Janae, if you want me to clarify that more, definitely let's talk inside the Telegram. That way I can make sure that you get all your questions answered. I want to make sure that I'm making it as clear as I can for you, okay? E2T Trader's Declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. Yes, Jesus. My account is growing more and more each week. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. Lord, it is you who gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. Okay. Amen. Amen. All righty. Yeah, DJT is crashing. I think I heard that I saw somebody else talking about DJT. And shoot, I mean, if you're somebody who rides, if you snipe it, then go ahead and do that if that's what you do. I'm not pulling up a DJT, period, just because I'm just not. Just on GP. GP, are you with me? Different GP, but on general principle, a DJT can't get no. So anyway, Janae, you got in yesterday. So if you got in yesterday, you could get out today. Then you got the theta from yesterday. But if you want additional theta, then you want to wait till Monday. You want to let it draw up even more over the weekend, then you can. But if it does what you wanted to do today, close it up and save your money and have your money set for Monday's whatever, have your buying power ready for Monday. Or you can wait till Monday morning, close it, and then use that same buying power on Monday. Either way works. Okay. All righty, everyone. You all thank Jamie for hanging out with us this morning. That's my dude, mi hermano. Yes, he hangs out with us and puts up with me all the fun stuff. Yes, we're here for the funs and the giggles. That's what we're here for. Yes. All righty, everybody. I want you all to have a great green day. And I want you to stay green. I want you to get this money. That's our shirt. Stay green and get this money. All right. I'll talk to you all later. See you in the market. Have a great green day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Y'all have a good one.